Welcome back to Hidden Source News, your home for entertainment news, movie breakdowns, and everything happening in the world of film and television. If you're a fan of horror, supernatural chaos, and pure nightmare fuel, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community, and as always, please smash that like button. Because today we are diving into one of the most anticipated horror movies on the horizon. What do you get when you cross dysfunctional family with Deadites? Well, Evil Dead Burn is the result. The Evil Dead franchise is returning once again with Evil Dead Burn, and horror fans are already preparing for another brutal ride. The Evil Dead series has become legendary for pushing boundaries with gore, tension, and disturbing imagery, unlike almost anything else in modern horror. Today, we're breaking down everything I saw in this non-spoiler review of what could become one of the biggest horror releases of the year. Evil Dead Burn continues the franchise's modern direction by telling a new standalone story, instead of directly continuing previous entries. This means new viewers can jump in without needing to watch every prior movie, while longtime fans still get the classic Evil Dead experience they love. But there is Easter eggs to previous films and direct connection to Evil Dead Rise. The film is directed by Sebastian Vanecek, a filmmaker known for creating uncomfortable and intense horror environments that keep viewers on edge. Early reports suggest the creative team was given significant freedom while still respecting the identity and history of the franchise. Bruce Campbell and the people behind the original Evil Dead legacy reportedly wanted the film to stay true to what fans expect from the series. The basic setup of the story sounds simple, but Evil Dead movies have always turned ordinary situations into absolute nightmares. The movie begins with the events that connect to the previous film, but quickly moves into what will be the main plot of the film. The film follows a family gathering that takes place after tragic event pull relatives together under one roof. What begins as a reunion slowly starts transforming into something dark, as we begin to see the cracks in this family, revealing many dark secrets and their connection to the Book of the Dead and certain artifacts. Early on, we see that this family has long been plagued by darkness, even before the ensuing events that are about to befall this messed-up family. Unlike the previous film, where the family was very likable, even under the situation they lived in, with this family, I did not have any issues seeing the horrifying dark supernatural forces that were about to emerge. The movie does give some explanations as to how the Book of the Dead is with this family, but like other Evil Dead movies, they don't give deep dive into the lore. The presence of Deadites once again brings terror, paranoia, and complete chaos into the lives of people who simply wanted to sink in their sorrow. Like every Evil Dead story, ordinary people suddenly find themselves facing impossible situations. One thing immediately standing out about Evil Dead Burn is the atmosphere surrounding it. This movie, unlike previous Dead films, is very violent and gory. The previous installment was gory and violent, but this film definitely surpasses that film. The trailers and promotional footage suggest a darker and more intense tone that feels closer to Evil Dead 2013 than the more recent installment in the franchise. This, I found out to be true, it's closer to that movie in tone than in Rise. Either way, this movie delivers on the violence and gore that I come to expect and enjoy in this series. The setting appears isolated and claustrophobic, making viewers feel trapped alongside the characters. We basically return to the cabin in the woods settings in this one. The Evil Dead series always performs best when it makes audiences feel like there is no escape. Burn certainly creates the feeling of loneliness and isolation. But when you combine this with the human element of hiding secrets and family dysfunction, then that is a recipe for a horrific tale. The visuals also appear absolutely insane in the best possible way. Evil Dead has always been known for disturbing practical effects, brutal violence, and shocking imagery that sticks with viewers long after the movie ends. Burn may actually become one of the most violent entries in the franchise's history. In fact, rumor has it that discussions surrounding the movie revealed that certain scenes reportedly needed adjustments to secure the intended theatrical rating. If true, then I can only imagine what crazy ideas had to be rethinked, because what I saw in this movie was crazy. The violence even towards animals was crazy. The cast also appears promising and includes Suhaila Yacoub, Hunter Doohan, Lucian Buchanan, Tandy Wright, and several others stepping into this nightmare world. One of the strengths of modern Evil Dead movies has been creating believable characters before destroying their sense of reality. The cast was good, and their contribution in bringing an emotional family dynamics plays well in this film. You really get the sense that these people are fucked up, and I just love it. That emotional foundation actually worked for me, because none of these people were people that I was sympathetic in hoping they make it. Unlike the previous film where I wanted the family to survive because of how likable they were. In this film, that wasn't the case. These people were already messed up by the time the film begins. But when supernatural terror collides with personal tragedy, the impact becomes much stronger. Evil Dead Burn looks like it understands exactly what it wants to do, and it basically does, for the most part. There are a few areas that the film could have done a better job, while still trying to evolve the franchise. It does not appear to simply recycle old ideas or rely on nostalgia alone. Instead, it seems focused on delivering relentless tension, terrifying moments, brutal horror imagery, and some comedic moments, all at the same time. The grandma was one of my favorite characters. You'll see why. It does drag a little in the first act, but it is nothing that pulled me away from the film. The movie appears to respect the Evil Dead formula while pushing the boundaries further than before. The movie is very gory and violent to a high degree than previous iterations. With connecting threads to previous Dead films and plotting towards the next installment in the franchise, which is Evil Dead Wrath, set for 2027 or 2028. Overall, Evil Dead Burn was enjoyable to a fan like me. It brought gore and possibly one of the most brutal entries in franchise history. The movie makes no apologies about what it is. The non-stop tension and explosive scare moments with that high-volume music, as in previous films, just scream Dead vibes to fans of this franchise. If you are a fan of the Evil Dead franchise, then this movie is for you and you will all like it. If you are new to the franchise and is a fan of horror, gore, and violent films with a little comedic moments, then this may be right down your alley. I give this film a solid 7.5 out of 10. Please let me know if you liked the movie or if you will see it or not in the comments section. If you like this review, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to smash that like button and turn on notifications so you never miss future movie reviews and other reports. Until next time, this is Hidden Source News signing off. And remember, if you run into the Book of the Dead, don't forget to say the works correctly. Klaatu, Barada, Nikto, or else the Deadites will get you.